What if the exercises you do to stay strong are actually harming your heart? If you're over 60, please listen carefully. As a cardiologist, I have too often seen seemingly healthy people come into my clinic with hypertension, arrhythmias, or unexplained fatigue. What's the cause? It's not always diet or lack of activity. Sometimes it's the type of exercise. These popular exercises, those that sound good, look good on social media, promise energy and youth, may actually be pushing your heart to its limit little by little without your noticing. Have you felt more tired after working out, even when the exercise was gentle? Do you get out of breath more than usual? Have you felt palpitations, dizziness, or even a strange pressure in your chest? These are not normal signs of aging. They're warnings your body and especially your heart is trying to send you. And the problem isn't that you're not moving. The problem is how you're moving. In this video, I literally beg you to stop doing 5 specific exercises you might be doing right now. Exercises that don't strengthen but silently weaken your heart. And worst of all, many older adults do them thinking they're doing the right thing, because no one told them that a body at 60, 70, or 80 doesn't respond like one in their 30s. But it's not all bad news. I'm not just here to alarm you. I'm here to give you solutions. I'll show you safe, effective exercise options that are gentle on your cardiovascular system. Options that respect your age, your biology, and above all, your dignity. Stay until the very end of this video, because mistake Gen 5 is one of the most common. Few people associate it with the heart, yet it can completely disrupt your nighttime health and recovery. And every error you correct can give you more years of life, but also more life in your years. And don't forget, changing small habits can have a massive impact on your overall health and quality of life. Your heart has beaten for you your whole life. Today, it's time to care for it as it deserves. If you value your health as much as I value giving you this information, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and comment 1 if this helps you. If not, comment 0 and tell me how I can improve. Let's begin right now. Dangers and 1, HIIT and overexertion, the silent threat of extreme workouts. One of the most serious and most common mistakes older adults make is adopting high-intensity workouts, also known as HIIT, high-intensity interval training. At first glance, they seem like a great way to stay active, alternating bursts of effort with short rest periods. But what appears efficient can actually become lethal for an aging heart. After age 60, your heart doesn't respond the same way. Even if you feel young at heart, physiologically your cardiovascular system has less elasticity, stiffer arteries, and a much narrower margin to handle sudden changes. HIIT forces the heart to ramp up dramatically in just seconds, then slow down just as quickly. That roller coaster isn't just unnecessary, it's dangerous. I've treated many patients who, with the best of intentions, started these routines by following YouTube videos, fitness apps, or advice from young trainers who lacked geriatric knowledge. They wanted to improve their health, lose weight, or simply feel alive. At first, they felt a burst of energy, but soon after came the side effects: high blood pressure, nighttime palpitations, unexplained fatigue, chest pain, and in some cases, a trip to the ER. And the damage isn't always immediate. That's the trap. The heart may tolerate the strain a few times, but with repetition, micro-injuries build up. The heart's energy reserves are depleted, its electrical regulation becomes unstable, blood pressure spikes and crashes, and all of this happens silently. Often symptoms are dismissed as just getting older: dizziness, low energy, insomnia, or just feeling worn out. What's more concerning is that many seniors feel guilty if they don't train hard. They think that if they're not sweating, it's not working. If they're not exhausted, they're not progressing. But that mindset, when applied to a mature heart, is exactly what leads to serious cardiac issues. It's not about stopping movement, it's about moving smarter. Instead of HIIT, choose low-impact exercises with a steady pace. Gentle walks in the park or on a flat treadmill, light swimming, water aerobics, easy yoga, mobility exercises, or something like Tai Chi. These movements improve circulation, deepen your breathing, reduce stress, and stabilize your heart rhythm. And if you add calming music or do them with a friend, the therapeutic effect multiplies. Exercise should bring peace, not anxiety. It should help you sleep better, not disturb your rest. If you feel restless, have a headache, or notice your pulse racing after a workout, that's a red flag. Another tip, avoid workouts that push you to the edge. If a video tells you to run in place, do burpees, explosive squats, or repeated jumps, switch to something else. Your heart doesn't need impact, it needs consistency. The best workout for a senior is the one you can do 4 or 5 times a week without excessive fatigue, without pain, and without risk. And if you have a history of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or a family history of heart problems, always consult your doctor before attempting any intense routine. Exercise can be medicine, or it can be an overload your heart simply cannot handle. Listen to your body. Not all fitness advice on social media is meant for you. Many routines are designed for young bodies, with no awareness of the stress they place on a cardiovascular system that's already carried you for decades. Moving is essential, but moving correctly is vital. And now pay very close attention to the second dangerous exercise, because you might be doing it at home without realizing the internal pressure it's putting on your heart. Dangers and 2. Crunches and heavy lifting. The hidden risk of misguided strength. The second type of exercise that might be slowly harming your heart doesn't always look dangerous. In fact, many people associate it with health, strength, and youth. We're talking about classic abdominal exercises like crunches and lifting heavy weights. For years, we've been told that a strong core equals good health, that strengthening your abs helps prevent falls, improves posture, and keeps you independent. And yes, that's partly true. But the problem arises when these exercises are done without understanding the internal pressure they create, especially in older adults. Every time you perform a crunch using force or lift a heavy weight while holding your breath, your body triggers a physiological response called the Valsalva maneuver. This causes a sharp spike in the pressure inside your chest and abdomen, which directly affects the heart. In simple terms, you're squeezing your blood vessels from the inside as if tightening a vise, raising blood pressure to dangerous levels. And that extra pressure doesn't just stay in your muscles, it goes straight to your heart. It increases the load it has to handle. It raises the risk of arrhythmias. It can trigger fainting, a hypertensive crisis, or even a small heart attack in people with partially blocked arteries. I've seen patients pass out mid-curl or feel chest tightness after what they thought was just an intense ab workout. The problem isn't strength training itself. The problem is the method. Many routines aren't designed for a body that's lived 6, 7, or 8 decades. They don't account for stiffened arteries, hidden plaque buildup, or how a poorly managed breath can mean the difference between feeling great or heading to the ER. Then there's another factor, pride. Many older adults feel they need to keep lifting what they used to, keep up the pace, prove they still can. But that internal or social pressure becomes a silent enemy. Because at this age, real strength is recognizing your limits, not denying them. So what should you do instead? Keep building strength, but do it smartly. Use resistance bands instead of heavy weights. Do slow, controlled, isometric exercises. Breathe continuously. Never hold your breath. And if you use dumbbells, make sure they're light. Move slowly, intentionally, and exhale as you lift. No jerky movements. No exercises that force you to strain or hold tension. It's also essential to avoid traditional crunches if you have any cardiac history. There are safer alternatives like standing core work, balance-focused routines, or functional exercises that activate your abs without compressing your chest. And remember something important. You're not competing with anyone. Your health is not a trophy. It's your life. And every bad rep could be a step in the wrong direction. Exercise should adapt to you, not the other way around. Your body is wise, and at this stage in life, it's speaking to you constantly. Listen to it, protect it. Don't put it at risk trying to prove something that no longer needs proving. Now that you understand this second danger, let's move on to the third. Because sometimes it's not what you do, but when and where you do it that turns into a silent threat to your heart. Danger Zone 3, exercising in extreme weather. When the environment becomes your heart's silent enemy, exercise is healthy. But have you ever considered that simply working out in certain weather conditions could actually be putting your heart at risk? This is a very common mistake many older adults make with the best of intentions. They go out for a walk on a chilly morning or during a sweltering afternoon, thinking they're doing the right thing. But what they don't realize is that the environment, temperature, humidity, and timing can be just as critical as the exercise itself. Once you're over 60, your body no longer regulates temperature like it used to. Your cardiovascular system must work harder to maintain thermal balance. In the cold, blood vessels constrict to preserve heat, which raises blood pressure. For someone with hypertension or stiff arteries, this means added strain on the heart. In extreme heat, the opposite happens. Your body dilates the vessels to release heat. This can cause blood pressure to drop, the pulse to rise, and dehydration to set in more quickly. And even mild dehydration thickens the blood, slows circulation, and increases the risk of blood clots. A simple walk on a summer day without proper hydration can trigger a serious cardiac episode. I've seen patients faint on the street, others rush to the ER for shortness of breath, and many who thought they were just worn out by the weather. But when we checked their vital signs, the heart was clearly under stress it couldn't handle. And it's not just about temperature. Humidity also plays a major role. When humidity is high, sweat doesn't evaporate properly, your body can't cool down efficiently, and your heart has to pump even harder just to regulate your internal temperature. So what should you do? Choose places with stable, controlled environments, community centers, gyms with climate control, or even your own home. If you're going outdoors, go early in the morning or late in the afternoon. Avoid midday sun. Hydrate before, during, and after. And dress appropriately. Light, breathable clothes in summer and layered warm gear in winter. It's also crucial to pay close attention to how your body responds. If you're breathing faster than usual, if your skin looks very red or very pale, if you feel cold but are sweating, or if your heart is racing for no reason, stop immediately. Don't wait to faint. Listen to those signals. Sometimes what looks like a simple walk can be a hidden risk. And when your heart is aging, even subtle factors can have a major impact. That's why it's not enough to just exercise. You must do it in the right time, place, and condition. Don't push yourself unnecessarily. Training safely means training wisely. That includes protecting yourself from the environment. The goal isn't just to move. It's to move with care, with awareness, and with deep respect for what your body needs at this stage of life. Even something as routine as going for a walk can become dangerous if your body hasn't had time to adapt to the conditions. Never underestimate the weather. Respect it. Plan your workouts like you'd plan something important with foresight, caution, and always with your well-being as the top priority. Now, let's move on to the fourth danger, because it's not always about the environment. Sometimes the real problem lies in the type of movement we choose and how we do it without realizing we're overloading a system that no longer works the way it used to. Dangers and for sudden movements and jumps. The hidden chaos inside an aging body. There's a common belief that the more you move, the better. That if you can jump, run, spin, or make fast movements, you're fighting aging. But the truth is, in older age, abrupt movements can become a hidden threat, not just to your heart, but to your entire body. Exercises like jumping jacks, burpees, stair sprints, or high-impact aerobics might seem energetic and empowering, but for someone over 60, they represent a dangerous mix of cardiovascular risk, balance instability, and joint stress. With age, your nervous system slows down, your reaction time decreases, balance becomes more fragile, joints lose their lubrication, and your heart, especially if you've had any prior condition, is forced to adapt quickly to spikes in rhythm and pressure. I've seen it too many times, older adults following workout routines designed for younger people, trying to keep up or simply not realizing the risk. Then come the dizziness, the falls, the racing heart, or worse, a fall that leads to injury, not because they're weak, but because their body is being asked to deliver what it no longer can, at least not safely. Every jump or quick twist triggers internal disorganization. Blood flow shifts abruptly. Blood pressure fluctuates. The heart races, often erratically. Coordination is challenged in milliseconds when our reflexes aren't what they used to be. And the saddest part? Most of them do it to feel strong, but they end up feeling more scared. I've heard phrases like, "I was just exercising and I blacked out," or "I misstepped doing an online class and ended up on the floor." The intention was good. The method was not. So what type of exercise is right? Prioritize control over speed, balance over intensity. Exercises like Tai Chi, gentle swimming, straight path walking, or senior yoga routines help train the nervous system, strengthen muscles, and support the heart without shock. Move, yes, but move slowly. No impact. Don't confuse energy with violence. The heart doesn't need speed. It needs stability. It needs meaningful repetition. It needs safety. Also remember, falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization and loss of independence in older adults. And many of these falls don't happen outdoors, but during poorly adapted exercise routines. Not because the body failed, but because the routine demanded more than it should have. That's why I encourage you to rethink your training. It's not about doing less, it's about doing better. Feeling strong in your own body without comparing yourself to others. Creating a routine you can sustain long-term, not just for a week. Choose movements that are slow, steady, and connect you to your breath. Feel each step. Notice how your body responds. Value calm as a part of your training. That calm doesn't just build muscle, it balances your heart rhythm, lowers cortisol, and boosts your mood. And remember this, moving slowly doesn't mean you're falling behind. It means you're moving forward wisely, and your heart will thank you for it. Move, but move gently. That's the new way to win. Now let's move to the fifth and final danger, one that seems harmless, even relaxing, but it may be quietly disrupting your cardiovascular health night after night without you realizing it. Dangers and 5, nighttime exercise. When good intentions disrupt the heart's deepest healing, exercise is essential to staying healthy. At the time of day you choose to do it can have more impact than you think, especially when it comes to your heart. Many older adults, due to schedule, climate, or convenience, choose to exercise at night. It seems like a good idea. The day is done, things are quieter, and there are fewer distractions. But there's an important detail many overlook. Working out at night can directly interfere with the most vital process of all, sleep. After age 60, your body needs more time to wind down, to slow its rhythm, and to enter recovery mode. Even moderate exercise activates the sympathetic nervous system. This raises heart rate, releases adrenaline, and increases body temperature, exactly the opposite of what your body needs to fall asleep. I've treated patients who unknowingly turned their nighttime workout into the main enemy of their rest. They'd walk after dinner, do some stationary biking, follow an online light cardio class. Then at bedtime, they'd struggle to fall asleep, wake up often, or feel exhausted the next day despite having slept for hours. The connection between exercise and sleep is deeper than most realize. If your body doesn't enter deep sleep, it can't repair itself properly. It can't regulate blood pressure. It doesn't stabilize your heart rhythm. And over time, that pattern can lead to a gradual deterioration in cardiovascular health. Nighttime should be a time of calm, of inner quiet, of healing preparation. If you disrupt that with physical activity, you're sending mixed signals to your body. Stimulating it on one hand, asking it to rest on the other, that mismatch has consequences. I've met older adults who exercise at night trying to make up for lost time. Others do it out of guilt for missing a routine. But guilt shouldn't guide your choices. Health isn't built on pressure. It's built on understanding. And understanding how your body changes with age is key to taking care of it wisely. Training late doesn't just affect sleep, it can throw off your circadian rhythm, that internal clock regulating all your hormonal processes. And when that rhythm is disrupted, everything is disrupted: blood pressure, digestion, focus, mood, and yes, your heart's well-being too. The impact isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Poor sleep affects your mood, patience, memory, and desire to socialize. Sleep is a silent medicine. We must protect it like one. If you absolutely must move in the evening, adjust your routine. Swap intensity for intention. You don't need to jump or sweat to move. Sometimes all it takes is a gentle stretch, deep breathing, moving your shoulders or neck, or a slow walk around your home. That kind of movement doesn't steal sleep, it invites it. It relaxes muscles, releases tension, and prepares the heart for deep recovery. Aging doesn't mean stopping. It means learning when and how to move, so your body supports you instead of betraying you. Make rest a pillar of your health, because no physical routine can replace a night of deep restorative sleep. If you've made it this far, I want you to know something very important. Your commitment to your health already puts you ahead. Listening, reflecting, and being willing to change habits, those are some of the greatest signs of intelligence and self-respect. Today, we didn't just talk about 5 exercises. We talked about something deeper: respect for a body that's been with you for decades, for a heart that has been beating silently for you every day, even when you didn't treat it as well as you could have. What I'm asking is not that you stop moving. What I'm asking is that you start moving better, that you recognize when a movement is too much, when a pace is unnecessary, and when the bravest thing you can do is choose calm. I've known too many older adults who push themselves as if they were 30 again, who believe that slowing down is weakness, who think that if they're not doing what they used to, they're somehow losing. But the truth is the opposite. You're winning when you choose to care for yourself, not just to keep up with a routine. Your heart health depends on small, consistent, conscious decisions, not on marathons or trendy workouts, but on listening to your body each day and giving it exactly what it needs. Nothing more and definitely nothing less. It's not about giving up movement. It's about redefining it, turning it into your ally, not your enemy, making your routine an act of self-care. And if no one's told you this lately, you are not alone. You are not too late. You are not weak. You are right on time to begin treating yourself as you deserve. If anything in this video resonated with you, helped you, or made you think differently about your body, please leave a 1 in the comments, and if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it. Because information saves lives, but only if we share it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Here you'll always find real human advice made just for you. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for caring for your heart. And thank you for continuing to walk with us toward a longer and much fuller life. Remember, every mindful step is an investment in your well-being. You don't need radical transformations or massive sacrifices, just consistency, awareness, and the daily decision to treat yourself with respect. The heart doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for balance. And you have the power to give it that one day at a time, one movement at a time, one wise choice at a time. See you in the next video.